Alright, so first draft. Here we have a mission to play draft. It doesn't say win anything, just complete. So, we're going to be pretty degenerate here. Yep. Take the rare. And no rare in this pack, and also no premium card. So, we'll just take that. Still no rare. So, but there is a premium. So this is any common. This is also any common. There aren't any colors to be staying in here, mostly just taking any uncommons I see. We take the rare, we take the rare. Take the legendary, that is late. It's not a good card in draft, but still kind of surprising. Take a second legendary, that's pretty good. Take the rare, take the rare. Last pack, picking up a couple more rares, but those will dry up here shortly. Alright, we have a pretty unplayable pile here. I'll just show what I would do deck building with this, but probably not bother going through any games with it. So as I was picking, obviously it was rarity first, and then after that, by about pack 2, I was noticing a fair number of shadow cards, some primal cards, so kind of went for those. I don't think there is quite enough here for 2 factions, and obviously I didn't pick much fixing here. Not very many relics. I guess you could play Blood Quill. Marvel Deathcap, interestingly, could just win a game or 2 by itself. So there is enough here for a 2-faction deck. Nothing exciting, but I probably wouldn't go 3-faction with no fixing. Oh. one more unit probably, if I can find one, and then just fill the rest with power here. I don't really like 10 the flock. Something like that. Maybe one more Shadow Sigil. So what I can do right here, just resign the draft, take my 2 silver chests. Picking up one gets a 3rd silver chest, which is pretty good value, and then each of them will upgrade to gold 1 by 1, and then to diamond 1 by 1, but instead we're just going to give some people some free wins here. See if it actually takes longer for each loss. If it's trying to pair us up against someone who's, 0-1, 0-2. It's entirely possible. Means it might take a while to find someone who's 0-2 after this concession, but mainly we're wanting to get to the end of this to check and see how much shift stone we can get out of this first draft. Looks great. 1 castable card, 5 power of the same type. Alright, so we get the free diamond chest for completing a draft, which is good. Now we claim the 2 silver chests, might get an upgrade here. Nothing. So I went through the card collection, and I'd marked everything as viewed before this draft, so if I do new, this is everything they got picked up. There's really no reason to turn commons into shiftstone, and uncommons will convert into a common, but a rare turns into a playset of commons, so usually that's what's going to be going on. You're just going to leave the commons and uncommons alone, generally, and look at your rares and legendaries, just save yourself the headache. You'll end up filling the commons and uncommons pretty quickly, and you're only going to use some of them anyway. So, 4 packs in draft. It looks like we got 11 total rares and legendaries, and 9 of those are rares. So, 600 shiftstone. You can mark all these as viewed. Argenport Instigator, actually playable in some shells. Stonescar Sneak, also not bad. Mournful Deathcap. Boy, you need a fair number of expensive cards to get the mill deck to even somewhat work, so probably leaving that alone. This card not great. Oh, and we just lost all the new cards. So, see if we can pull back our legendaries here. So, we got Sindok. Sindok also, you know, kind of okay, but we're going to go ahead and get rid of that for now. Don't think it's great. Riddle game, pretty unplayable. And then this Dramatist Mask from the Forge we did earlier. Alright, let's check our rares. So some of these obviously are from the pre-constructed decks. I was just talking about these. Thunder Giant's one of the ones we picked up. Card is okay, but at 8 power you're probably not playing it. Going through for the rest of the rares here. Quick overview. Infernus was a pickup. Decent in a couple aggro shells, but they're better uncommons generally, and you can put those together with that Shiftstone. What else we got here? A lot of the rest of this stuff looks like it's part of the precon. Do have a Second World Pyre Phoenix. One is from the pre-constructed deck, one is from the Forge we did earlier, but we'll leave that alone. Here are 2 more of the rares. Tamer Operative's an interesting card. 2/3 for 2 isn't the worst, so holding on to it wouldn't be terrible. These would actually kind of go in a deck together, but we'll just go ahead and get rid of this for now. It's not the end of the world to get rid of rares. Like I said, Argenport Instigator seems good. Deathcap, not so good. And then also Stonescar Sneak is questionable. It's fine in some decks, but again, some uncommons will kind of fill that slot just fine. And we've got Pillar, I think, is the last one, and that card, I haven't really seen it played. Seems like it could be okay. Maybe take a look here. Some number of common and uncommon duplicates. I think most of the uncommon duplicates are because I got the Rakano Glory pre-constructed deck day 1, and it has some overlap with these 2 pre-constructed decks. So, like if I open this up, and look here, the plus says, oh, you have more than 4 Oni Ronin, so that's probably where those are from. More than 4 torches, etc. Which is nice of them when they give you the precon to get the additional cards. Looks like there's quite an excess of Magma Javelin, although I think one of those was also from the Forge. Alright, so started out with not a whole lot of Shiftstone. Picked up, I think, 4.4 thousand or so, which is decent. That's legendary of your choice plus change, or actually a fair number of rares and uncommons that'll fill out a deck nicely. Still haven't opened packs. Each of those packs is going to be 100 Shiftstone, so we may be looking at that plus some Gauntlet next.